Hey everyone, my name is Mr. Paul. We're going to be learning all about value. Have you ever heard that word before? Now sometimes when people use the word value, they're talking about money or how valuable something is, how much it is worth. Whoa. But no, that's not what we're talking about today. There's a whole other meaning for the word value, and it has to do with the lights and the darks in your artwork. If you have a good understanding of how to work with value, then you can make drawings or paintings that look very realistic. Without a good understanding of value, sometimes a drawing can look a little bit more like a cartoon. Hey, what happened? I'm a cartoon! Help! I guess I'm going to be Cartoon Mr. Paul for a while. Hopefully, if you guys can learn all about value during this video, then I can turn back into real Mr. Paul before the end. I think we need to get right to work. So, could you go grab a paper and a pencil? That's all you need. We're going to draw something called a value scale. You're going to learn how you can make a whole bunch of different values just with one pencil. So to start with, I'd like you to draw 5 squares in a row. They don't have to be perfect. In each one of these squares, you're going to fill it with a different value. Let's start with this one over here on the far right side. Using your pencil, I want you to color it in and press as hard as you can so that that box gets the darkest value that you can possibly make. Hey, being a cartoon's kind of fun. I can just pop up anywhere. Hi! Oh, sorry, let me get out of your way. All right, now let's take a look at the box all the way on the other side, on the far left. So if you're working on a white piece of paper, the lightest value that you can possibly get is the paper. So you don't have to do anything in that box. Scoot one over and fill that one in really light. The way that you do that is by not pressing hard with your pencil. Looking good. Okay, now we're going to color in the other 2 boxes. Make sure that each box gets a little bit darker as it moves to the right. This is where it gets a little tricky, but I believe in you guys. You can do it. Ooh, nice. Without value, things look a little flat, like me. But how do you know what values to put where? The answer is light source. Ding ding. You have to figure out where the light's coming from. Wherever the light's hitting is going to be the brightest, and wherever the light can't reach is going to be the darkest. So let's take a look now at a few famous paintings. This is The Girl with the Pearl Earring by Vermeer in cartoon version, and now here it is with value. Can you tell by looking at this painting where the light's coming from? It is coming from the left. You can tell that because that's where everything on her face is the brightest, and all the shadows are over on the opposite side. You are too good at this game. All right, let's try another one. This is a painting called Morning Sun by Edward Hopper. Can you tell where the light's coming from in this one? You got it. It's coming from over here on the right. One way you can tell is there's a giant window there, but also you can tell by looking at the figure. Look how bright she is over on the right side, and look at how everything on the left is in dark shadow. Okay, I know I'm going to trick you this time. Let's take a look at this painting, Still Life with Lemons, Oranges, and a Rose by Francisco de Zurbarán. Any idea where the light's coming from here? The background is a really dark value. That makes the highlights pop. So if you look at which side of those lemons and oranges the light is hitting, it's on the left. So that means the light source has to be somewhere over here. And then if you look close, you can see the dark shadows over on the right. Okay, now that you know how to find the light source, let's see if you can draw it and then I'll be one step closer to turning back into a real person again. First, let's start by drawing a circle. Now, it does not have to be a perfect circle. Just do the best you can. I'm going to show you how to take that circle and use all the values from your value scale to make it look realistic. Are you ready? Let's go. First, you have to decide where you want the light source to be. So I'm going to put mine over here on the left, and I'm going to draw a little sun to remind me that that's where the light's coming from. Okay, now we're going to go all the way over to the opposite side of the circle, the farthest part away from where the sun is, and we're going to color in that side with the darkest value that you can get. The same value that you used in the value scale in the far right box. Go ahead and color in another section with kind of a medium value, medium dark. You guys are doing great. All right, go ahead and color in the middle section of the ball now. You're gonna use a little bit lighter value here, like the middle box from your value scale. All right, we're almost there. Now color in the last little section on the left before you get to the very edge with a very light value. Leave the part right along the edge pure white, because remember, the lightest value that you can get if you're working on a white piece of paper is the paper, so you don't have to do anything at the very edge. Now, if you have a light source hitting something, that's going to usually cause what's called a cast shadow. It's kind of like when you stand outside, if the sun's going down and you see your shadows stretching out real long on the ground, that's what happens here too. So draw a long oval coming out from the bottom of the ball. We're drawing it as an oval because it's the same shape as the circle except stretched out, and that's going to be the shadow. So go ahead and color that in really dark because the sunlight can't hit there. And then the last thing we're going to do is put a little bit of value in the background. And that just helps everything to pop out. I'm going to use kind of a medium value. All right, how did yours turn out? I bet it looks like you could just reach in and pick it up, huh? If you understand how to do that with a circle, you can do it with anything. So that's what we're going to do next. You're going to draw anything, whatever you want. Pick your very favorite thing and then use the values to make it look real. I'm going to sketch out a little dragon character because that's what I feel like drawing today. You're welcome to draw the dragon too, but you don't have to. You can draw anything, just like I said. Pick something you really like. When I'm drawing, I like to start by just making really loose, simple shapes. And I don't press very hard with my pencil at first. Then once I'm sure I know where things are going, I go back and make the lines a little bit better and a little bit darker. What do you think we have to do next if we want to make it look real? That's right! Pick a light source! You can put the light source anywhere you want. I'm going to draw a sun again to remind me. And now, it's time to start shading. Just like we did with the ball, I want you to go all the way to the opposite side from where the light source is and start there with your darkest values. Take your time. You might have a whole bunch of different shapes. It's going to take a little bit longer than it did with the ball probably, but it'll be worth it, I promise. Now, some things are not as dark as others. So for example, when I'm shading in the dragon's horn, the dark side of the horn isn't going to be as dark as the dark side of the face, but it still needs to be darker than the light side. Sometimes you have to go back and adjust too, that's okay. Always think about where that light source is and how it would be affecting each part of your character. Okay, now just like the ball, we're going to add a cast shadow. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of value in the background. That just sort of helps everything to pop and feel a little bit more realistic. Oh, and don't forget to sign your masterpiece when it's finished. You did it! You saved me! Now I'm a real person again and not a cartoon. Thank you! Working with value is really fun because it helps you take whatever awesome things that you have in your head, draw it on a piece of paper, and then make it look real. The more you practice, the better you get. So try drawing all kinds of different things and then see what happens when you add a little value. Now, just because you know how to draw realistically doesn't mean that you can't still do some cartoons too. Cartoons are a lot of fun. Hey, wait, I didn't mean I wanted to be a cartoon again now. Oh, fine. I hope you guys have a wonderful time drawing, and until next time, see you later! Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you learned something new and had fun while you were at it. If you did, well, guess what? We have a whole bunch more waiting for you over at artmakesus.com in our Watch and Learn video series. Be sure to check out what's happening in AMU Live, all of our upcoming classes and workshops that you can participate in online. We also have one-on-one mentorship opportunities. Remember, everyone is an artist.